Hey guys, it's Jsnow with I guess a rambling vlog about this weekend and stuff. So I'm going to talk about channel stuff first and a metric ton of in real life changes that do affect the channel, but of course some people don't want to hear that, so I'll talk about that last. I'm going to be talking a little bit low because I think somebody's sick today, so people didn't go to work, so there's actually people in the house this early, and I don't really want to talk that loud because it's kind of some personal stuff. But anyway, it's kind of weird, don't want people to know about personal stuff yet. I'm putting it on YouTube. Isn't that really intuitive, whatever? So basically, for the channel, there's a job situation going on with my job. I'll explain that later. But basically, I just wanted to know what you guys want to see more of other than DayZ. Yes, I know you guys, most of my people on my channel love DayZ. They come for DayZ. They've been here since the beginning when I started DayZ, and I support them, and I love them, and I love that they support me, and I support them by trying to keep playing the game despite the fact that we still haven't gotten 0.60. Oh man, they said it was going to be soon 2 weeks ago, and of course it's 2 weeks ago, and that game is like in a serious love-hate relationship right now. But I didn't get to stream last week really any DayZ, so I'm going to try to make up for it this week hopefully. But basically, I just want to know what games you guys want to see, so I'm going to do either a YouTube poll or a straw poll. Now, I've never done a YouTube poll before, but apparently it's supposed to appear in the top right. I don't know where I'm supposed to be pointing, but it should appear in the top right of the video. If not, if I can't figure it out when I made this video, then I'll just put a straw poll or something below, or I'll just leave it to the comments section, and you guys can let me know what you guys want to see more of. So it's basically going to be between Magic the Gathering videos, non-opening. I'm not talking about opening videos. I mean like deck techs. I really wanted to do one, but my decks have been doing pretty horrible lately, so I don't want to do a deck tech until the deck is actually really good. Like I think the first deck tech I did, or the second one? I think it was the second one. It was a really, really good video, in my opinion, and a lot of people enjoyed it. So I want to have the deck as the same quality as that one. I've also been playing Standard, but my brother just got into Standard, so now I can finally play Standard decks. So maybe I'll have some Standard deck techs. World of Warcraft, if you guys want me to talk more about, I guess, vanilla servers, or just want me to ramble on about the vanilla life or the Burning Crusade life or any past expansion except for WoD. And I don't say it because WoD sucks. I'm saying it actually because WoD was the only expansion that I did not, except for beginning of vanilla, WoD was the only expansion I didn't buy day one. I forgot why I didn't buy day one. I think it was due to depression or something like that, but I just didn't buy it day one. So I actually got into WoD a little bit late. It was kind of around the time of 6.1. I think, yeah, actually the last week of the Fellhound promotion for the WoW anniversary, I got in like last second and rushed to level 100 to get that Fellhound, and somehow I still got it, which was amazing. Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, I want to apologize to you guys. I'm actually going to show you guys right now because I bought a value cube. I finally bought a value cube, and let's see if we can show you guys the cube. My room is an absolute mess. But the value cube, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it's this thing filled with cards, and it's like $10. And I recorded it, and I guess due to the weekend, the amount of stress I had during the weekend, I just deleted a bunch of stuff without actually checking, which I normally do. So unfortunately, I deleted it. So just to go with the value cube, if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, we got this as a foil. It said 4 foils for yeah, it said 4 foils, 2 booster packs, and a deck, but it only came with 3 foils, which was a ripoff. So it came with this card, which is actually not from the reprint set. This is from Primal Origins, so that's actually the original set. It came with this Draco dude, which is technically not a foil. I think it's a shatter foil, but that's not really a foil, so to say. And now that I'm noticing, there's a huge dent in this. Oh, that's nice. Well, I mean, what do you expect from a value cube? But yeah, there's a line going, you probably can't see it, but there's a line going straight down this card. But this card did go up to $1 for some reason. I don't know why. And then it gave me another shadow foil garbage card. And then it gave me the Pendulum starter deck, which I actually have one on the side. That's the one that comes with these guys. So if you guys want to like YouTube or Google the Pendulum starter deck, that's the one I got. So we got a bunch of good cards. We got the supply unit. And then I got a pack of, what was it? Secrets of Eternity, and I pulled a Doggy Diver, which was terrible. And then what was super amazing was I actually pulled a secret rare. Try to get on it. Secret rare Diamond Direwolf from the Cosmo Blazer pack that was in it. I was disappointed because I thought it was a mega pack, which is insane value. If you can find a $10 value cube and it has a mega pack, just get it. You're automatically getting your value back, regardless of what starter deck or foil or extra cards you get. But I actually pulled the original secret rare out of this pack, so I was like, wow, that was some pretty lucky stuff. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, a card got reprinted, but it's still a good card. So that's, I guess, it about Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, there's not many Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos I can do for you guys, because unfortunately nobody plays. My brother quit Yu-Gi-Oh! A while ago. So there's not much I can do in terms of that, but I can try to get value cubes and stuff to open for you guys, and hopefully not delete it. And then, what do you call it? WoW. And I guess other games, if you've seen me play other games on my channel, I guess other games, so to say. I haven't really played that many other games, but yeah, I guess stuff like that. So I'll try to make the poll, like, blah blah blah, and other games. So that's pretty much it for the channel. So I'd like to thank you guys for supporting. I'd like to thank the G2A. People use my G2A links and all that, because it's really good. Alright, now on to the special stuff, so I'm going to talk a little bit lower. So right now, the job I'm working at, it's not going too well, and I don't think I'm actually going to keep it. And because of that, I'm not in a good position, because I keep getting threats about getting kicked out of the house. So, unfortunately, I was able to find out that regardless of the job, I thought the job was actually the only thing keeping me in the house, but it ends up that is not the case. So, after finding that out, and that was the only reason why I took the job, basically, was because, you know, I don't want to be out on the streets. You know, what do you call it? That's the reason I took the job. So now I don't even need the job, and right now I'm in no what do you call it? There's no threat for me right now of getting. There is the threat of getting kicked out the house, but I'm not gonna be homeless, so that's good. So I do have support. Took quite a lot of guts to do, but what do you call it? I was able to get support, so I can. So I do have a stable house, even if it's not here, for the time being. So what I did today, basically over the weekend. I guess I'll start with the weekend. First weekend, I want to shout out a friend. I'm not going to name him, but it's been actually because of my social anxiety and when I had Hodgkin's lymphoma, which was a form of cancer, like, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago? Because of all of that, I was never able to really socialize, and nobody really called me anyway. But actually, what was it, Saturday night, somebody actually called me on the phone, and unfortunately, due to a barber shop, oh, it was horrible. Basically, I was getting yelled at and made fun of all week by my family to get a haircut. So I eventually just had to get a haircut on Saturday, which I didn't really need to get. And at the haircut place, some kid, I guess, has a toy gun, and then his mom goes off on a fucking crazy rant about guns are the devil. It's like, oh no, guns are the devil, boy. Just so you ever bring that gun back again, Jesus is gonna smite you, whatever the hell she was saying. And I was like, ugh. I was just shaking my head, and then even worse was somebody brought a dog with no leash in their hands to a barbershop. And I was like, oh no, because there was really nowhere to sit. The dog wasn't near me, but I'm assuming when they used the blow dryers on the hair, the dog fur went from the, you know, the dust or fur from the dog went from, you know, the blower to past my face, and then I ended up with a huge cold and allergies, and I couldn't do anything Saturday. And what sucked was, you know, I got that phone call. It was the first time I've ever been asked to hang out by phone. I've been asked to hang out by text before. It used to be always text, but having an actual voice was like, I was on the phone like, whoa. it's like finding a rare peppy or something. It was like, whoa, that's some rare peppies you got, bro. So I was really mad after that phone call. Not at the person, but I was mad at the fact that I had to get a haircut, and now I'm sick on the day where I actually get a call within 4 years. So it did mean a lot to me. I'd like to shout out that guy. He's probably going to see the video, and I was going to say to him, if he's watching the video, this is not I'm sucking your dick video. I just appreciate the call. I just appreciate the call. So I was really mad, and then I had work scheduled for 6:30 a.m. in the morning. Oh, it was bad. I mean, the managers are very nice. Everybody's very nice. You know, very good people. But the store is just not for me. And the train ride is a little scary. It's not really scary, but with somebody with anxiety, it's really a pain in the ass because twice now I've been on the train and there's always a drunk. And the train is empty at night, of course. even though I live in, New York, the train is empty. And unfortunately, no matter what car, I try to strategically think what cars would have the less drunk or, people on drugs or people that are going to stab me. And I always guess wrong, I guess, because twice I got people who were like drunk on the train and they just like go around the train tracks. They're like, wee! Like, they're like going back and forth. One guy was banging his head on the one of the advertisements on the train. He was just sitting there like holding the rail, like, doof, doof. And I was like, oh boy. So, it's not fun to go out at night. So people are telling me, oh, that's life. But, that's an option. It's not just, oh, that's life. I mean, there are plenty of jobs that require you to take a train, at reasonable hours in the day, not at 4 o'clock in the morning. But that's enough about that. So basically what I did was I got hooked up with that job through a job organization, I'll just call it that. And obviously, me leaving the job super quick, if I do, it puts a bad rap on the organization. So unfortunately, I had to go into a meeting, which I didn't know about. I thought I was just gonna talk to like 1 or 2 people. So it ended up being a meeting with the vice president of the building and all these other people, and that's just super extreme anxiety. Especially, I mean, I don't know how I did it. I mean, I would like to think a certain sub. I'm not gonna name the sub, but it's giving me that high energy. Wink, wink. But anyway, basically, trolling and shit posting and looking at that sub or whatever has given me more insights into my, I guess, the business side of me. So I was actually able to go into that, random meeting of some of the top people of the building and actually explain myself. Explain how I'm not just going, hey, lols, I quit your job. I'm not doing that. Instead, I'm just explaining, hey, I don't fit in your job for X, Y, and Z. Your brand is nice, but I don't think I could properly expose the brand or promote it or something like that. Going real professional. And I think that's going to help. And I felt I did good. I felt like if that was like a business deal, like I just took everybody's money. That's what it felt like if that was a business deal. But unfortunately, they're worried about their reputation. And I did even get a little emotional talking about other stuff because I had to explain my housing situation. And now I'm talking really loud. So much for trying to keep this under the covers. But I tried to explain my situation, and then they were like, okay, I understand. But I could still tell that they were worried about their reputation. And that's why I wanted to find a job on my own. And unfortunately, I couldn't find a job on my own, which sucked. Because I kind of didn't want them having the rope to pull me kind of like a puppet, kind of, or dog on a leash. Where I'm told where to go or what to do. I mean, it's not necessarily that. It's still separate. I'm still working at the store as a separate hired employee, but they have heavy, I guess, guidelines or like safety. What do you call those things on the bikes? I forgot what they're called. Not seatbelts, training wheels. There you go. They're basically like the training wheels, and unfortunately, the training wheels are screwed on to the bike, and they chipped out the piece of the screw where you try to turn it out or something like that. Basically, there's no way to really get rid of it because that's how I got the job. And getting the job was really, really easy because of them, which I appreciate. But it was almost too easy because now it just feels like I got the job because I was part of something else. Like, I didn't actually get the job because I was actually good for the job. Like, I think my boss actually likes me and she's trying to give me different things to do. So she likes me as an employee, so she likes that, I guess she likes my work ethic or something they were telling me. I mean, she didn't tell me any of this, so I found out through them. But the thing is, she's trying to find me different things to do, but it seems like no matter what she puts me in, I'm probably not going to like it or be up to the optimal levels. So unfortunately, it sucks that I'm probably got to break up a relationship with the company, and I'm going to lose a job. But right now, I'm not really in a money place. I know YouTube money absolutely sucks. I told you guys a couple of times that I make like McDonald's money. I think this month, which was last month, which was a really good month, we got some very controversial videos. We rustled some jimmies. The salt, right now I'm even getting view botted on my gold video, and there's even a mountain of salt in the comments. I forgot to talk about that, but the levels of salt on people this week is insane on the channel. I mean, just because one little thing is wrong or I said something that might rustle your jimmies, I guess I'm directing this towards the trolls now. Like, who gives a fuck, man? I had some guy in a comment telling me, he said, he's probably gonna come here and rage if he's still here, but he told me on the goal making video that, quote, I said something, I basically said, oh, people are stupid because they can't kill a certain boss. And then I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't say that. And then the dude's like, oh, here's a link where you said it. In the link, I obviously said, oh, hey guys, if you can't do this boss, I would advise you avoid it just to save some time or to be more efficient. That's basically what I said. And then he goes on to say, no, that's not it. And I'm like, oh man, like if I can go through the computer screen and just like punch people, I wish I could, because it's just like, it's so stupid. And this is on like a couple of videos too. So now I'm not going to respond to negative comments. I'm just not going to respond to it. I'll respond to trolls because I even tweeted out I love putting them under the bridge. I love putting them back under the bridge. So yeah, I'll probably respond to trolls, and now I probably just open the floodgates for more trolls. But then again, the trolls usually don't watch the videos once I get to this time. It's like me and you. Like the hardcore fans and my loyal fans and the people I super, I appreciate everyone, but I super appreciate you, the guys who are still watching this video right now. So now I'm talking to you. So, anyway, that's it about the trolls. So, what do you call it? Then I got a tweet or something, I just got confused. But anyway, going back on track, so basically what I found was a computer learning class. It's a teaching class at the a local library. It's not paid, but it's something I can maybe get into, teach some kids how to use some computers and stuff. I'm really good with that. You know, the schedule, I see on the schedule it says Twitter, and my eyes just went, I was like, this is too good to be true. I just gotta teach people how Twitter works? No way, I wish I was getting paid for that. I mean, maybe I could get paid for that depending on how well I do, but I'm definitely interested in doing something like that. If I don't do that, after this super stressful meeting, to loosely quote the Grinch, his balls grew 2 more sizes that day. So basically, I had to get the cojones or whatever and muster up the strength to go back to job place. Well, it's more of a community center that I used to go to when I was in the worst times of my life back in around 2013. And I went there and they helped with like community things. I helped out around. I do a little cleaning. I do a little filing and whatever. I talked to some people. The only problem was there's really like nobody my age there. And the only thing that sucked was I just found out that they had an internship at that place. And I did not know until today. I was so pissed. I was like, you're telling me that they had an internship at a place that I was going to for over 2 years and you didn't mention it? That would have been like a guaranteed job. So I'm a little disappointed by that, but unfortunately, you know, that shit happens. But anyways, the community center is really good. It helps people with certain things. It helps people who have trouble getting a job or trouble getting a house and stuff like that. So I went back there, and it took a lot of guts to go back there because I left on a really bad note. Basically, I had a panic attack during a Halloween party or something they had going on, and I basically left there and never came back. And to be honest, they didn't really do that much to reach back out to me, which was a little weird, but what do you call it? Basically, I never came back. So I came back 2 years, and I was treated like family. It was basically like I never left. The only thing that sucks is they ran out of funding, I guess. So half the building got taken over by a hipster coffee shop. Ugh. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, I guess, yeah, yay, I have a coffee shop literally right next to my program thing. But I'm pretty pissed because that's where I used to clean up and work, and they had good office supplies and a ton of room. So I'm pretty mad they lost funding. But then again, it's also partly my fault because they get funding depending on how active people are, and I dropped out, so unfortunately I'm one of those people who contributed to that. But I was really happy to see people that I haven't seen in years. I only saw one person. I was pretty happy that she got housing. Like, she was looking for a job and housing for years, and it took her 3 times. She said it took her about 3 times to get the housing, and she found not only did she get housing, she got her own residence. So I was like very happy for her. And that's kind of weird coming from me because I'm not really happy for, I'm happy for people, but I don't really show it. Like there, I was like, holy crap. Like I didn't curse because she's like a very older lady, but I was like, you know, yay. You know, got her your own place, man. You know, you're doing it. Living the dream. I mean, she didn't get a job yet, but, you know, getting your own place and almost getting your own place before your job is like awesome. Especially if you're not going to like be in debt or anything. So that's pretty cool. So I just spoke to the coordinator there, and we set up a thing where if my job doesn't work out, he'll hook me up with either some volunteer options or he could try help me finding a job. But going back to the first meeting I went to, they were a lot better at it, unfortunately. That's the thing, I don't really want their help, but unfortunately their job place, the place that I went to, is a job and a community center place. So obviously if you take the two and two together, you could probably figure out which one's better for getting a job. But I want to do some volunteering because I guess to close off this vlog, I went out somewhere, not going to explain where I went out to. But when I got back, I did something that I did two things I almost never do. I went to Subway. Yeah, it's like, oh boy, I went to Subway, so what? So at Subway, the guy was really friendly. He made a couple of jokes, and I was asking for a BLT, and I guess he thought I asked what is a BLT, which is a very stupid question to ask at Subway. So he was like, oh, it's just bacon, lettuce, tomatoes. And I'm like, yeah, but I didn't ask you that or whatever. So we were kind of just joking around because I was like, what? But I'm surprised, he didn't treat me, I mean, of course you're not supposed to do that, but, he didn't even give me a look or anything. Like, I would have probably gave somebody a look if they asked me that at Subway, like, are you serious? So he was really professional about it, and I gave him a little tip, not that much money, but I actually gave him a little tip. I was like, because at Subway, you think Subway's a fast food restaurant. I mean, I don't really know why they have a tip jar. I mean, technically they're serving you, but it's a fast food place. You don't really have to tip. So I just decided to tip. So, there goes my good karma for the day, etc. And then I was walking past this lady. So this lady was like, I don't know, I don't want to say it really, but she kind of seems like she may have been on some drugs or doing drugs, or maybe did drugs in the past and now it just fucked her up or some shit. But anyways, this old lady, older African American lady or whatever. Not that matters, but most people probably think of the little old ladies you see in the commercials. That's not that. And she sounded very weird because I guess she didn't really have that many teeth. So she was like, hey, do you have change? And I could barely. It reminds me of the South Park episode, change. Do you have change? Do you have some spare change? I gotta watch that episode again. But anyway, I could barely hear her, and I didn't really notice her. So the old me with a lot of social anxiety normally would just get the fuck out of there. But this time I actually kind of stopped for a second, and I had about 10 minutes before my train would arrive, so I decided to cross the street. And in my mind, it did pop into my head that this could be a setup. I could be given this, take out my wallet, then all of a sudden the accomplice comes and fucks me up, and there goes my day, which could happen because where I live, that kind of shit is the usual. Not where I live, but close to where I live, it's kind of the usual right now. There's a lot of stabbings going on. I don't know what's going on, but apparently everybody decided it's a good day to get up, and people are literally just going to sleep, waking up in the morning going, the fresh air, the fresh air, the trees, the grass. I'm gonna go slash somebody today. That's literally what's going on in New York, and I don't know why. So there's a lot of random slashes and shit. So you gotta be like on the lookout. But these people are crazy. But anyway, so I walked up to her and she was like, oh, I just need some change for some milk. It was kind of hard to hear her, so I was like, hey, I'll just give you change. And I gave her a bunch of change. I gave her like 75 cents or something. So I paid for almost 1/3 of her milk, depending on what milk she's getting, maybe the gallon or the half size. Not that doesn't matter. So I don't want to sound like I'm boasting about this. I actually want to correlate this into the fact that something hit me when I did that. It hit me the fact that my social anxiety is mostly under control. It hit me for the fact that I've always liked helping people, but because of my social anxiety, I regressed and I don't help people as much. So, basically, I finally got into the right sense, and I just thought of myself, why am I working at a retail job I don't like at all, when instead I can either get a better job, or just volunteer my time and make somebody's life better. I mean, it sounds a little bit corny, and I'm not even 100% on that boat. Like, I'm not doing it for the 100%, like, oh, I'm a good person, let me go do this. No, that's not me. Like, of course, I'm doing it to get maybe a little bit of experience. I mean, I don't really care about that, though. Like, if I do it, I just do it. I mean, if I get some experience or something on a resume as a little bonus, then that's perfectly fine. I mean, something like the computer lessons, definitely I'd rather just think of it in the mindset as an experience to put on my resume, because that's really good resume stuff right there. That's the good stuff. So anyway, helping that lady remind me of, like, why do I want... Because, you couldn't help people at the store, but the store I'm working at right now, I don't like the product. I don't know about I'm not into what they sell. They sell like it's mostly clothes and crap. It's kind of like I don't want to give away where I work at, but it's mostly they sell mostly clothes, and it's really and I'm not a fashion person. I'm right now I'm wearing sweatpants and a random shirt. Actually, I'm matching today, and I'm just like that's just random, and it's just not something I can feel like when I worked at the pharmacy. I was like I had a regular customer who came in for beer. It looked like he was, I guess, on his way out because he was like in bad shape. But he always wanted that 18-pack Budweiser, and I was always like, I got you. I would always get him that 18-pack Budweiser, and he'd always come in like every 2 days and stuff. So I was actually having relationships with the customers, but at a store that sells clothes, I just can't do that because I just don't care about fashion. And my job as a salesperson or whatever, while I'm mostly just doing stocking and fixing and maintenance, I have to at least try to get the customers to buy something, and I just can't do that with clothes. So I want to leave off with, I guess, something I just tweeted, and we'll just end it here because otherwise this vlog will be a million years. So I'll just read it off as I wrote it. It's gonna maybe sound a little bit weird because I have to do it in 3 tweets because I got that 180 limit, which sucks. So I entered the one room of the final boss. I entered one of the final boss rooms for my social anxiety. So to me, I can't really explain social anxiety, but just think of something. Just think of maybe something that you hate or whatever, and then think of it as like a video game. Think of it like as a boss, an old NES video game or something like that. Or maybe Dark Souls. Let's use Dark Souls. I've been playing a shitload of Dark Souls too. So just think of it. I'm entering. So basically, my social anxiety. I found one illusionary wall of Dark Souls, and obviously I don't know what's past that wall because the social anxiety is keeping me back. So I go to click that wall and go inside. So now I say the first phrase was helping someone. The first phase of the boss was helping someone. So when the boss does its first couple of moves, the basic moves that don't really can kill you as quick, if we're just going to keep on the Dark Souls topic, first phase was helping somebody. So me breaking that barrier and engaging to help somebody who was in need, and not not looking down to them or ignoring them because they're not really the type of people you want to be around with, was the first barrier. The second was the intense meeting on my job situation and reputations on the line. So that was that first meeting I went to. So basically the boss's second move out of nowhere in Dark Souls where you're like, whoa, what the hell was that, and you just barely dodged it. That was the meeting, basically. The third phase where the boss is like about to be enraged. So basically the boss is enraged and he's starting to use more of his powerful moves because he knows he's getting closer to dying. The third phase was returning from to a place from long ago. So me returning to that community center that helped me out a lot was basically the third phase of the boss, which I wrecked. We wrecked them all so far. And then lastly, the final form is this weekend, and I'm going for the fatality. Now, I don't know why I said fatality. It doesn't make much sense, but it makes sense in the fact that the final form is this weekend. This weekend, I'll be going back to work. I'm actually going to have a job coordinator this time. I was actually supposed to have one before, but because they're sending me resumes at 1 in the morning or whatever, I couldn't get a job coordinator. But basically, the final form of the boss will be what happens at my job on that day. If I will keep on going, will I be accommodated maybe to do something else, or will I just outright flat out quit? But regardless, that's another huge challenge. That boss is coming with the special finishing move to try to kill me off before I finish it, and I'm going for that fatality. I can't really say it right now. I'm not even gonna try. But anyway, and I just ended that off with hashtag anxiety, hashtag determined. So follow me on Twitter. That's sellout mode. Follow me on Twitter. But anyway, if you like game deals and me ranting and raving, then Twitter, you definitely follow my Twitter, in all seriousness. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it, especially if you guys made it through this 30-minute video. Holy crap, I'm just looking at the time. That's crazy. And I hope to continue my YouTube journey. I hope one day maybe I do make it. Right now, I have a 98% chance pretty much of not making it. And I've pretty much come to realization with that. But as long as I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I can make as long as I'm making you guys happy, as long as I'm making myself happy, I will continue to make those Daisy videos regardless of how shitty the game gets. If I'm having fun with it, I'll keep going. If Hearthstone goes down the tubes because of Cthulhu all over the place, I'll probably stop playing that if it's not fun to me. But as long as it's fun, I'll keep showing you guys that, and etc. So thanks for watching. See you guys next time.